morning, Megan. I'm excited to begin collaborating with you to help with Elijah's behavioral difficulties. Although we're coworkers, in this case, I'll be working as an outside consultant and will remain objective. I'll be working with you to help your student rather than working directly with the student. Be assured that I will keep strict confidentiality. Only under situations of suspected abuse or instances where the child may be in danger will I break confidentiality. At all times, you're free to accept, renegotiate, or reject my consultation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions so far? Okay. So my goal in our meetings is to increase your skill and knowledge to improve problem solving with the student Elijah. I'm looking forward to collaborating with you during this process. We'll be collecting data from observations in school and possibly at home. This can be a long process, and often there's not a quick fix. Could you explain some of the things about the student? How old is he?
He's 8 years old.
He's in 3rd grade, and we're at Highland Elementary. Could you tell me a little about yourself? What level of education do you have?
I have a bachelor's degree plus pre-K through 4th grade teaching certification.
Okay, and how many years have you been teaching?
This is my 3rd year.
And what grades have you taught?
2nd and 3rd grade.
Okay. Do you know anything about his parent situation or his home situation?
Yeah, I know that his parents are divorced. He lives with his mom primarily, who is engaged to a new man. And I don't know a whole lot about either of their employment status. I think they both work full-time. I've heard from other teachers who have had him that his home life is a little bit rough and impacts his performance here at school.
Okay. All right. So what are your specific concerns for this student? We'll narrow these concerns down until we get to one that is really one that we can focus on.
Okay. He's really impulsive, fairly immature. He is physically unsafe sometimes with trying to run or kind of running into things and people. He calls out a lot and doesn't really seem to have a sense that he's distracting to me and other kids with his behaviors.
All right. So what do you think out of those concerns is your biggest concern and one that we could really focus on finding some interventions for?
I would say, his impulsivity and the connection to being aware of how it affects myself and his fellow peers, and hopefully helping him learn how to control that a little bit better.
Okay. So in the rest of the school day, how is his performance other than his impulsivity? Does he have any strengths?
Yeah, academically, he's actually quite bright. He's pretty much on grade level. Math is definitely one of his stronger suits. Science, reading and writing are pretty average, I would say, but he does work hard and wants to do well and wants to please, which is definitely good.
Good. Okay, so he has lots of academic strengths. So while he's working with his academics, how often do you see his impulsivity coming out?
I would say probably every few minutes.
Every few minutes,
yeah.
Okay. That's quite frequently. What interventions have you tried so far that have worked or maybe haven't worked?
Yeah, so I've been trying to reward when I do notice him controlling himself, when he does raise his hand before calling out. We have a school-wide behavioral reward system, and I reward all the children, but I keep an eye specifically for him and give him those tickets. If, that positive isn't really doing what it needs to be doing, I give warnings or, give him chances to correct his behavior, redirection. If it's still repeating, I would do some loss of privilege. I have communicated with his mom a couple times now.
Okay. So you've tried a lot of interventions, and it seems maybe they work for a short period of time. We're going to try to find some interventions that are going to work for a longer period of time.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to collect a baseline information, and what we'll do is we'll look at his behavior for maybe about 3 minutes, and every 15 seconds, in 15-second intervals, we'll take a note of his behavior, and we'll rate his behavior on a scale of intensity of 1 to 5.
Okay.
Once we get that, we can discuss some more further goals, but what is your goal for Elijah so far?
I would say, yeah, just to decrease the frequency of the impulsive behavior and to help him gain awareness of how he is impacting others.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
We can discuss this more next week, say
Sure.
next Wednesday.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thank you.